and I'm getting hot air. So what the heck? Now it's working again. It is super windy. It's shaking the van. See, you hear that? It's raining and incredibly windy. Alright, I think I'm just heading right to my massage studio this morning. Work on more editing. I was up late working on it, and then I had the issue with the heater. So I didn't sleep very well. And then I kind of woke up early. This street that I'm on isn't the best for noise in the morning. There's like a lot of traffic going by. And yeah, this morning I heard it. You know, sometimes I don't. But then as soon as I wake up, my mind goes back to the heater issue, and I need to finish editing. So yeah, just heading to the office. Gonna work on that a little bit more before I have clients. It's kind of a crappy, rainy, windy day out, so I think that's pretty much gonna be my day. Just doing that, hitting the gym. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I actually decided to stop at Cochituate State Park on the way to my office and have breakfast here. I've had breakfast here in a previous video, but I thought it might look kind of cool today with all the rain and the wind, so yeah, check it out. Well, I'm definitely not having breakfast outside today. This is some crazy weather. All right, I'm an idiot. I'm getting outside. It's windy. It comes in gusts. Right now, the very moment it's not too bad. Alright, breakfast is done, and now I'm invigorated and now to work. All right, done with work for the day. Going to hang out with my girlfriend for a little while, and then probably just heading to bed unless I hit the gym. We'll see how long I end up staying there. So, all right, let's get out of here. All right, so I just drove to a local Target, basically just mainly using their parking lot. They're open till midnight right now, and it's like 10:15. So I'm gonna hang out here just for a little while. I'll probably hop in to use their bathroom before I take off. But just looking for a place to like just sit for a little while, do some editing, and kind of dwell on like where I'm gonna park for the night. So it's more limited now because of winter parking bans, so trying not to like stay in the same place like too much, but occasionally I have to. So yeah, just gotta contemplate which spot I think will be better for tonight. I did stop back at my office because it's gonna dip back into the 20s tonight, and so I grabbed my propane heater again, and I've got that back in here, so at least I can warm it up for a little bit in here before I go to sleep. But yeah, time to do some more editing. Alright, I am off to find a parking spot for the night and finish editing the video so it can go up the next day. Good morning. Today is going to be a project day for sure. I just woke up, but I'm already working on something. I have to take apart a TV mount that I bought and put my TV on another one. And the first one I bought at Harbor Freight, and there's one pretty close by. So I want to get that taken care of so I can return that one. And then later I have to work on my diesel heater because I'm pretty sure it's the fuel pump that went on that. And I'm hoping I can just swap out the fuel pump from my old diesel heater that didn't work. But I don't think it was the fuel pump was the issue on the last one. So we're gonna we got a lot going on today. So let's go. All right, guys. So got my little TV here, and I've got the new mount. Let's see. Boom. Right here. This is a tiny little TV mount. So I'm hoping this works. It's magnetic. Let's test this out first. Well, that sure holds. That's a strong magnet. Okay. Instructions. Okay. Got the little hole on top and the big hole on the bottom. Remember that, kids. And that should just fit right on there like that. And I should be able to tilt it too. I'll have to loosen that in order to do that, but all right. Alright, check that out, kids. pivot it any way you want. And if I don't want it there, I can move it. I could have it I could have this thing right above my head, looking down at it. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so I can have it there. I could put it over here. Yeah, you can put it anywhere because it's metal, so, and magnetic. Sweet. So I do have a Wi-Fi hotspot in here, like mobile hotspot, and I've set up I used to have like a vintage camper, and I'd set up my Chromecast in there running off that so I could stream Netflix, anything I wanted, to a TV. It was a different TV than this, but that's my plan. Plug it in, plug the Chromecast in, and I might even plug in, I have like a DeX box, so I can maybe even use this when I'm editing videos. Instead of just staring at my phone, I can plug my phone into the DeX and it will show up on the screen, and use a keyboard and a mouse and everything. Nice. Alright, this is the one I got from Harbor Freight. It's actually missing some parts too, but I bought magnets to go on it because I tried it with a couple other magnets and it worked well. Actually, the magnet that's holding my phone up right now, it worked with them, but the mount part on it isn't designed to hold anything like that, so this heavy. So I bought these magnets because they were supposed to be stronger, but they were actually weaker. I don't think I'm going to return them because I'm sure I can use these magnets for something else. I was even thinking of trying to see if it would hold up like a light blanket on the wall, something like that, or on the ceiling, just for a little extra insulation. But this was actually supposed to come with these arms that came off for bigger TVs, and it wasn't in the box. Alright, now I'm just gonna bring this back to Harbor Freight, get my money back. Then we're off to grab some breakfast, and I'm gonna head to Worcester. There's a little workshop there. I can work on the diesel heater and not be outside in the freezing cold. So that's the plan. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna try running it and see what happens since it's been unplugged for like quite a while. Got it turned on. Yep. All right, let's see what happens here. It's 57. I gotta move my hats, otherwise they're gonna cook. If it does work. But if I don't hear that fuel pump, then I know it's not. Well, I think it might be working. I could hear the fuel pump a little bit. And I'm getting hot air. So what the heck? Now it's working again. Alright, so I was gonna take my heater apart, but I wanted to try starting it again before I did, and it's been running fine. I don't know why, whatever. So I'm running it for a while to see if it ends up doing the same thing, and hopefully not, I guess. But I just hope it doesn't happen again when it's like really cold and I need it. But since it's running, I'm in here. It's nice and warm. It's like super warm because it was running like full tilt, and it's saying it's 47 outside, but we've got 100 degrees in here, at least over near where the heat vent is. So obviously it's working really well. So I'm going to take the opportunity to keep an eye on that while being nice and toasty in here. I really don't need this jacket and hat on right now, but I'm kind of been in and out of the van. So I've got my new the TV mounted up here, and so while this heater is running, I'm gonna hook up my Chromecast and see if I can get some like Netflix or something going in here. So I might need to pull this off the wall to see exactly what's going on. And behind here, so what do we got? I wonder if that will power this. This is a service port for USB, and I'm wondering if that will power it. We'll find out. I'll plug it into HDMI 2 because I might hook my decks up to this at some point too. Yeah, and a light comes on, so I think that will actually charge it too. Pop that back up there. Bam. I'll have to do something with these cables. But for right now, we're just going to test this out. Got no signal. Okay. Oh, no signal. Which means we got to set up. This is my my little hotspot, Wi-Fi hotspot, and this is through T-Mobile, and this gives me 100 gigs of 5G for $50 a month, which isn't bad. Okay, it's connected right now. Is my battery's connected to it, and my phone is connected to it. So I'm gonna have to look on my phone, make sure I've got the settings set up with this Chromecast, and see what happens. Hey guys, look, I'm on TV. All right, so the heater is working for some reason, and I got the TV going. I got Chromecast hooked up. I can watch myself on TV, and I can watch Netflix and all kinds of other streaming stuff. So that's pretty awesome. So another productive day so far, and still got to stop at Harbor Freight and return the other TV mount. So I think I'm going to do that shortly. Alright, I got one other thing I'm testing out. I got a couple more of these, what is it called, the XT60 cables, and I got a splitter. So the way I've always had my batteries set up in the past was I had this is the Delta 2 with the extra battery, EcoFlow Delta 2 with the extra battery, and this is the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. This one battery has the same capacity as both of these. So what I've done is I always had solar going into this, charging these two, and I have my DC to DC charger charging this. And then if I wasn't getting enough solar power, I also had this battery plugged into this battery via like an AC cable. They're unfortunately not compatible any other way. So if I got too low, I could charge the Delta 2 from the Delta 2 Max, and then get power back again into the Delta 2 Max via the DC to DC. And that has worked out great for me. There is some slight power loss when doing it that way, but it's really the only way to do it. But what I've recently started doing was I had from the Max into the Delta 2 Max into the Delta 2, I was charging from the
AC port. So you only get like about 100 watts an hour charging it that way, but it would kind of like a trickle charge, and that has been working well too, and then there's not so much power loss. But what I'm gonna try right now is with these is I can split the solar, because when this battery is charging, now I have the solar in it and the DC to DC charger, and they actually both charge simultaneously. So I can be getting 800 watts an hour from the DC to DC charger, and additionally whatever I end up getting from solar, which lately has been maxing out at about 150 watts just because it's winter and the sun is not at much of a, not at a great angle, plus it's shorter daylight, but it's additional. So if I'm getting 150 watts from solar, that means I'm getting 950 watts going into it. But what I'm going to try doing is splitting that so that they both end up charging off of solar. It'll kind of split the power going to each, but that might work out pretty well also. And then I can still charge the Delta 2 via AC if it still ends up, not getting enough coming in. So let's see how that goes. All right, it's all wired up in there, and I'm gonna see how that goes, if that ends up working better or not. But it's just kind of it was a cheap experiment just to see if anything, if one way is better than the other. All right, guys. Well, had a pretty productive day. So I am staying in the Worcester area tonight, and then back out towards Sudbury tomorrow morning. So have a good night. I will see you tomorrow.